Welcome to The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
People talk about, I couldn't work in insurance anymore. I would come home crying every day because I would have to answer these phone calls and these people wondering why we're not covering their medicine or their procedure or whatever. She's like, I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to leave. Like, this is evil. Like, I don't even understand. I am way too empathetic to work in that. I could not do that. You know, it's one thing if you're a Karen and you want to come up and return something and I don't see that you should. I might be a bitch to you.
Yeah, because you probably wore that dress Friday, tucked the tag in, and now you're returning it Monday. Bitch, I hope you look terrible in it.
Even that I would do. But, you get those people that are just unruly.
I can see your deodorant stains. What was this, lobster bisque on here in the front that you dripped? Fine.
I needed it for one night. Oh, God.
It's terrible.
Oh, but yeah, I couldn't imagine, somebody calling me and saying, why didn't you cover this? And being like, meh, sorry.
I would be terrible in insurance. I'd be like, wow, there must be a glitch in my system. Go ahead, do it right now. Go to the pharmacy right now. We got it. $700? No problem. Go ahead.
Isn't that on The Incredibles? The Incredibles movie. He's like doing insurance, and he's like, I can't tell you that if you go over here and file this paper.
I would absolutely be Mr. Incredible or whatever. Oh, gosh.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, I couldn't do it. Yeah.
Anyways.
So you know how you have junk drawers in your house?
Yes.
So I have a couple of them.
You just built like 4 new ones. Each person in the family has
filled.
one.
No, they're not filled. Everybody in the family has one. No. So we have them, but they're pretty organized. We have 3 of them. We have for like those random screws and anything that you want to hang, screwdrivers, anything that you're going to need just quickly because something falls off, right? Then we have one drawer that's pens, papers, tape, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was going to say whiteout. I remember that there always used to be whiteout in there.
Yeah.
But now
nobody writes anything
we don't write it anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it probably sat in there for a long time, which,
the dried up whiteout,
junk drawer.
you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Then we have a third one that's like, we like to, for the year, I like to keep cards from people and pictures and stuff. And then after I'm done, I put them in a nice box for the year and put, 2020 on there, 2019.
Oh my God, you save them for like ever?
I do save them forever. And then like.
I feel like a terrible person now because I have a metal garage door and I hang them all up. But then once the next season or birthday or thank you, I just toss them and then put up the new ones.
Oh,
is that terrible?
Well, I'll go back to the drawers, but I'll tell you what I do. So Christmas, I don't get too many Christmas cards anymore. I don't send them out.
Yeah.
But I do get I would say I get like 20 or 30, so not as much as I used to because I don't send them out. So what I do every year is I buy a popcorn tin and we eat the popcorn. I clean the tin out and then I put the Christmas cards in that Christmas tin and keep it. So that it's like, it's not a box that could get wet and it can't catch on fire in my very hot attic on days like today when it's like 115 in the shade.
God, it's been so hot.
So just an idea. But anyways, back to the junk drawers. I feel like that is the same in stores.
Yes.
Because I was walking through. I went and visited Indianapolis. We talked about that.
Yes.
And I was going through all the stores and there was one aisle.
Yes.
Just maybe a half an aisle or a quarter of the aisle where it was just like, we don't know where this belongs.
It doesn't have a specific
department. It doesn't have a home. It's like the beans that are on clearance or it's the old seasonal stuff like you mentioned when we were talking before we started recording, or it's the something that doesn't have just doesn't have a home anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe they did a
markdown on it
or
a reset.
Thank you.
Yes.
Maybe they did a reset on it and so it's just kind of there.
Everything.
And you know what? There's always someone standing there looking through it.
Like what can I use out of here? What can I buy from here to take home and put in my junk drawer?
There's always like a pot and pan. There's always hair color.
Yes.
There's always vitamins.
I was just going to say, there's always vitamins. Why are they marking the vitamins down? I don't know. What's wrong with them?
Those switch up so much.
Oh, it's
I
so
think
funny.
they change the labels of vitamins all the time. And then with FDA, or not even, most of them aren't FDA.
No,
it's like lose weight, but it's not approved.
Right.
So those are on there. There's always protein shakes.
Yes.
There's always what else? Like maybe like a Conair hair curler,
dryer,
hair dryer.
Yeah.
There's just always
There'll
that
be random like plasticware.
Yeah,
or
and
dishes.
stationery.
Yeah.
There's always like it's a boy.
It's dented cans of who knows what because the label got ripped off.
It reminds me of the junk drawer in your house. You know, it's the junk aisle.
You said you have a junk drawer for this and a junk drawer for that and a junk drawer, and I'm like,
I have 3.
I have 2 junk drawers, and all of that stuff is in those 2 junk drawers.
Now, how often do you go through them?
Like once every 3 years.
Okay. I try to go once a year.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I dig through them all the time, and I tell myself, I really need to clean this out and organize it. And then I organize it, and then we just start throwing more shit in there.
Like, what's in there? I'm curious. And you know what? I'm going to put the question out on socials and see.
Yeah.
I want pictures of everyone's junk drawer.
Oh, my God. I will not put my...
I want to know. I'll start it. I'll put a picture of my junk drawer, one of the more neater ones. Oh, you know what? I actually have a 4th one, and that's the one that has, like, candles in it.
Oh, my God.
And, like, some seasonal stuff that you can't really put away.
Wait, are we just talking about junk drawers, or are we talking about the china cabinet?
Oh, that too. Oh, yes. You have a nice mix in there. Like gifts that you've gotten.
There's stuff in there. I don't even remember what's in there.
Like it started off as a beautiful china cabinet.
It was real nice. And then it just started filling up with shit. And then the drawers are full. And then my grandma's like, where's that serving platter? I'm like, I think it's down underneath the china cabinet. Be careful when you open the door. It'll probably all cascade right onto your toes.
That's funny. I have to give credit to my mom because she has a couple china cabinets.
Yeah.
They are so organized.
Really?
You know what?
Oh,
they're just as organized as her Tupperware. You know, like we were talking about how
my
all
Tupperware
her
is very organized.
Yeah, she's the same way. So are her china cabinets. She knows exactly where everything is.
The only thing in my house that's organized.
We
is
walk
my
in for
Tupperware.
like Thanksgiving and everything's put out nicely. You know, she's got like the napkins and the plates and she's got her serving platter.
I got a shout out to Erin because Erin just started listening to our podcast.
Oh, hi, Erin.
And she said it gets her through her work day now. She started at
Oh.
episode 1, like just like a week ago.
Amazing.
So, hey, Erin. But her mom, we went and visited her mom in Florida.
Yes,
and here
yes.
she's serving us like pie on a silver platter with a serving.
Oh.
And I was like, what the hell? I'm like, we're going to get home and we're going to be like, I'm going to be like, Johnny, pie on platter now.
We're going to be fancy tonight. We're going to be fancy.
You know, and it was like, you actually use this stuff in your china?
That's
like,
awesome.
I have 2 sets of my grandma's china that just sit in the bags in a box upstairs. I never use a china.
I think we still eat off of stuff that my mom and dad got at their wedding.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll have to ask her. And then she collects these. Avon used to have the red cups, you know, the red. She has got everything. She's got like those we don't eat out of or anything. No, those
they
are
probably
in
have lead on them.
Yeah, probably. And even though it's like I don't know what's in the red, however, whatever they created
how they
the glass
made it.
with. Yeah. But I see them at garage sales, and I'm like, Mom, my mom has that. You know, wow. But you know, she's got every piece she ordered. It must have been some kind of like every couple months you got a piece or something, and she
order
did that.
$50 worth of product and get this free platter.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it was Avon or maybe like Stanley.
Do you remember
something.
when Jewel did that? So Jewel used to have, which in other places it's called Albertsons, I think is Jewel related. But if you spent so much, you would get these little coupons and you can get the whole set of dishes.
Oh,
it was
do
like
remember
a 16
that
setting place, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And my mom, like, I think my mom started getting them, but she got like 2 plates. Like,
oh my gosh.
We didn't go to Jewel often. We were Aldi shoppers.
So my aunt is a huge collector. She has the kerosene lamps all over her house.
Yeah.
And if she starts collecting a plate, she will get every plate in that.
Plate,
yeah, her house it's like a museum.
Plate,
it's unbelievable.
The
whole set, yeah. Is that what I said?
No, I said the whole plate.
She gets the whole platter.
She gets a whole plate. One whole plate. No, she gets a whole set.
She does. And it drives her crazy if she has like year 1900 to 2020, but she can't find 1972.
Yes.
She will search.
Oh my God. She's one of those that are on eBay, like scouring, looking for that piece she's missing.
She has, as a matter of fact, she just brought me 2 books that she found at a garage sale. She told Julia, she's like, here, give these to your mom. It was about the Cubs. She goes, I know you're probably sad about them, but here you go. Here's a couple books.
I know, yeah. I like that meme that it turned Wrigley Field into a spirit Halloween because there ain't nobody left over there.
I know, it's crazy.
It's so terrible.
So terrible.
It's a terrible year to be a Cubs fan, but That's pretty much every year.
Yeah, it's pretty much every year. We're used to it. We had fun at the game that we went to. That was fine. Now I'm happy that we went.
I know.
Because then we got to see all those players.
Yeah.
And we can say, back in our time, we went and saw them play, you know, because now everybody, it was like a garage sale. There you go.
I know. It's terrible.
Yeah. You know what else I remembered?
What?
My mother-in-law, they loved Arby's. My father-in-law and mother-in-law, they
still like
loved Arby's. And oh my gosh, this must have been, I mean, she's unfortunately been gone for 11 or 12 years now.
Yeah.
And so this was probably when the kids were really young. She was going to Arby's and we went over to her house and she had a wine glass that was a Christmas. It was during the holidays.
Stop it.
And I said, oh my gosh, I love this. Like, this is so pretty. She ended up getting me the whole set. I have 12 of them, and they were from Arby's.
Do they say Arby's on them?
No, they're beautiful.
Are they like a hat? Do they look like a, you know what I mean?
No, they're
Arby's is like the cowboy hat.
No, they're a beautiful, like, I drink my wine year round out of these glasses, and it's a snow scene all the way around, like etched.
I know what you're talking about because I've seen you drink out of those damn wine glasses.
Yes, I probably Snapchatted them 100 times this week.
What happened to places like giving away cool shit when you were a loyal customer?
Yeah, let's talk about that too. So first, you're not going to pay your people, and now you're not going to give away free shit.
Giving us anything?
Although Julia just walked into my office today, and she had a coupon from Great Clips.
Okay.
And if you are a Great Clips customer and you refer someone to them,
Yeah.
you get a year of free haircuts.
Shut
How are they
up.
making money? So make
don't
sure
know.
if you go to Great Clips, you make sure you tip your people good because I know it's only $9.99 for a haircut.
Yeah.
And many of them do a very good job.
Yes.
Throw them a 20 every time you go. It's only
I do.
It's once a month.
Yeah.
You go
Yeah.
every 4 weeks or every 8 weeks. Some of you don't go hardly ever. You go
Right.
twice a year.
I go
throw
once
them
a
20
year,
or 30
so
bucks.
I always tip my hairdresser because
Absolutely.
first of all, it's always somebody new because I never go. I don't do anything with my hair. I don't.
No,
get
they just cut it
dyed.
straight
I don't-
across.
Yeah,
They
you
can't
know.
screw it up.
So actually we had quarantine cuts, right? So a lot of hair people were not able to work during the quarantine because you couldn't be that close to people.
Right. Well, Julia was closed for a long time
Right.
at her salon.
A lot of shops were closed down. So we had this one customer that would come into the gas station all the time. And I was like, hey, we all need haircuts really bad. Like, what can I do to get you to come to my house? I told her, I said, it'll probably be about 6 or 8 people. We had 12 people come over. And she was like, $20 a cut, you know, like, don't tell nobody I was here because I don't want to lose my license.
And now we're telling the whole world, 17 countries.
You know what I mean?
It's over now. It doesn't matter.
They don't know who she was. You'll never find her. But anyways, and we all, not only did we give her $20 for the haircut, but we tipped her at least $20.
Yes.
Because, like, holy shit,
As
she
it
wasn't
should
able
be.
to work for like 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And now I think that was even before they were giving out all the extra money, you know? They
Yes.
didn't start that right away. So
Yep. So
Yeah,
tip
crazy.
your people.
Yes.
If you get your nails done, if you get your hair
Yes.
did, your makeup did, make sure you tip the
Yeah,
people
I always
appropriately.
tip good.
You know, actually, you know what I did? When I get my hair highlighted, cut, and then she does like I don't know, some kind of treatment to it to make sure that it's not orange or anything. 'Cause
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
have gray, but you know, she puts the blonde in.
Yeah.
And I'm usually there for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And although she's a little higher than what I would pay, I still tip her on that and
Right,
then
right,
extra.
right.
Because I only go, it's usually like every 4 months. I know she's got a lot of work ahead of her every time
Yeah.
I sit in her chair.
Yeah.
And I know she was closed almost all last year.
Right.
So there you go.
Making up
I'm
for
making
it,
up
yeah.
for it because you know I didn't have to spend anything last year.
Yeah. You know, she
So-
probably appreciates not only that you tip her well, but you're a good conversationalist. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I hate
think
when you get somebody that cuts your hair and they like don't talk to you.
because then you don't know.
Yeah.
Like I
Do
feel
they
like
hate
I
me?
have to talk because then they know my vibe.
Well,
you
I'm
know,
like,
and then
oh
they know
my
how
God,
to trim
do
it.
I have lice or something? Why is she not saying anything?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about us being the customer.
No, yeah,
The client.
I don't know. Like, why aren't you talking to me? Like the hairdresser.
Oh, yeah.
You
No,
know,
mine
like,
talks all the time.
They
I
hate
love
their
her.
job. Like, you know,
Yeah,
I like when they
maybe.
talk. I'm a talker, obviously. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. I'm not,
So-
but no, I'm just kidding.
And it's like, why aren't they talking to me? Do I have dandruff? Is my hair gross? Like,
Yeah, no.
are they grossed out right now? I try to read their
Could
face.
it be that they're newer, so they're concentrating
Maybe.
in their mind? They're going, okay, straight
know.
up. Go, you
Because,
know,
like I said, I never go to the same place. I never have the same person. It's always
just-
somebody different cutting
you
my
walk
hair.
in,
Yeah.
and I need it straight across,
Yep.
and that's it. That's
Take
nice.
6 inches off.
Yeah, that's nice having long hair. See, I've walked around with some really bad haircuts, so when I find someone, I'm gonna make sure she gets a good tip. because I don't want her to close.
That reminds me. So it just came up on my memories the other day. Jen, I don't know if you're listening. Jen is my sister.
Yeah.
So it came up on my memories. I can't even tell because it's so funny. She like tagged me and a couple people. She's like, hey guys, I know we were supposed to go out this weekend, but unfortunately I decided to get bangs. So you won't see me for like 6 to 12 weeks. She's like, I told the girl, like, I want bangs like yours. And she's like, they do not look like hers.
Oh, gosh. I love when people put on Facebook, I'm thinking about getting bangs. Someone stop me.
I always think I want bangs, but then I look at pictures from when I was like 7 and I had bangs and I was like, nope, we're not doing that.
My hair is way too curly. I got a colic on the left side.
God,
I can't do it. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I have bangs, but they're longer.
Yeah.
You know, they go like
Yeah.
past my cheek.
Yep.
Because I just, if they're not heavy enough, they bounce up and
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Right.
they look
Then they're super short.
crazy. They look so crazy. It takes a certain special, talented someone to
yeah.
cut bangs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love watching all the videos of people like doing it themselves.
Oh my
There's so many
God.
videos from last year
Oh
of people
my
twisting
God.
their bangs and
Okay,
then cutting across, and
my-
all of a sudden it's like
yeah.
an inverted V or
Yes.
like.
My grandma taught me to cut bangs like that, right?
Yeah.
So you pull all your hair forward and you twist it. Well, you don't go to where you want your bangs.
Yes.
You go about 3 inches lower.
Absolutely.
And you cut it there, and then it lays real nice. You know, it's like a little bit longer on the sides, a little shorter in the front. And like I said, those people just go straight up to their eyebrow line.
Yes.
Like,
Because you know what I think it is?
it's like a quarter inch
They're
long
watching
hair.
themselves in the mirror, so to cut it
Yes.
across, you're watching yourself cut it across. No, put it by your mouth.
Put
and
it
then
by your
it'll-
mouth,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and then it'll lay correctly. And you can
Yeah.
always trim off a little more, but
Oh,
you can't make that shit grow
Yeah,
back.
I know it. I know
Can't glue it back up.
Yep. Steve always says, measure twice, cut
Yes,
once.
exactly.
Think about it. Think about it.
But that is a great way to cut your bangs so it doesn't look like it's straight cut across
Yeah.
like I had when I was 8, you know.
Yeah.
It makes it look like they're grown out bangs, you
Yeah.
know. So
I had unruly hair. I mean, I still do, and my mom just never knew what to do with it.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
always just walked around with really bad hair.
really
So
crazy
yeah, took about 39 years, and then I was like, oh wait, finally, I'm getting compliments on how cute my hair looks. You know, it was bad.
you
It
have
was
always
very
had
bad.
wild hair.
But it made me, and I
Yep,
don't care. So
Yep. I gotta, you know what? I have a lot of friends with curly hair now that I think about it, you know.
yeah.
And they all
Oh,
complain about
Erica's
their hair.
is
Yes.
so curly.
And so is Aaron's too.
Yeah, okay.
And you know, they're always like, "Man, I wish I had your hair." I'm like, "Really?" Because my hair holds 0 curl, and I wish, you know, it would do something.
looks the same every day.
It's either in a bun or straight as an arrow. You know, like there is no in between. I can put curlers in it. I can curl it and spray, you know, hairspray.
yeah,
it.
and nothing.
Doesn't matter. An hour later, it's greasy and there's no curl left.
Oh gosh. I think I saw a meme today, or maybe it was someone from work this morning sent me a funny meme that said, and this is why we don't have smooth hair, and it showed the humidity of 135%. I think I don't know if that was on socials or if that was at work, but
that was our secret friend sent us that.
oh,
Our
is that
s-
oh
secret
that's what it
friend.
was. Okay.
We know you're listening, secret
It's been a long
friend.
day. I couldn't remember who
Yeah.
sent it, but that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, that is funny. My hair is straight; it don't matter. But I get all these weird fuzzies around my face. You know, it's all those baby hairs and my. I call them my. You know, they're my sideburns.
Yeah.
Those are always sticking
Hey,
out.
I
real
got someone
nice.
that owns a salon upstairs that could wax that shit off. So I'm just saying.
I need my lip. I need
Yeah.
my eyebrows. I need my sideburns. I need my chin.
I mean, if you're wanting it,
I
I'm
was
sure
like,
she can warm
damn
up
it,
her
I
wax.
just shaved my legs too. Otherwise, I would have made her do those.
She's always got people up there.
Right?
So I'm noticing that stores are having their
Yes.
employees wear masks now. I wonder if that's going to be the same for salons again. Have you heard? Are
I'm sure it'll be anywhere where you're in close contact.
I know I went to one doctor and it said, it's phase 5. Put your mask back on even if you're vaccinated.
Right.
So I'm wondering if the
Right.
salons are going to go back to that.
I'm sure.
Every salon, now I only go to a couple, and then obviously I go to upstairs to get my
Yeah.
nails done. And
Yeah.
everything has to be sprayed down,
Oh, yeah.
wiped down. Like you can't even enter the room until she's absolutely sanitized everything.
Yeah.
So
I noticed at one of the stores that I work in, they make an announcement every once in a while, right? And it was saying in the beginning, like, stay 6 feet away, make sure you wear a mask properly, covering your mouth and your nose. Then it went to, we're proud that, vaccinated people don't have to wear masks. Now it just changed the other day and it says, we suggest, even if you're vaccinated, you wear a mask.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, son of a
I know.
biscuit.
I know.
Do not want to wear masks.
Speaking of wearing masks, I wore one all day on Monday.
Yeah.
Sitting in the airport.
On your little excursion that you didn't even get to go on?
I didn't even go. I was so excited
to go
visit
sit at the airport.
Texas on Monday. I was so excited.
My God.
And me and another coworker
Yeah.
we weren't together, but she was at a different gate.
Yeah.
Then we had a third one that was at Midway. So we were at
Oh my
O'Hare and he
gosh.
was at Midway.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he sends a message to us and says, well, guess I'm not going. I've been grounded. And so has everyone. They took everyone down from the tower.
Well, we had really bad storms.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yes. So that's
we had
why.
tornadoes around
There was a tornado
here.
that
Yeah.
hit close by.
Yes, very
and there was
close.
just a lot of rain. They weren't letting
Yeah.
any planes.
Yeah.
So we were just a little south of that, I believe. I think we're south of Midway.
No.
I'm sorry, the other
North.
way. The
Yes.
other way.
Midway
so,
is south, yeah.
But 30 minutes later, they grounded all of us.
Yeah.
So he was still able to get out, though. They ended up raising it after, like, they let him, I think he
Really?
left around 9. They did not cancel any flights at Midway. They delayed them, where for us, they canceled all of them.
Oh, my
You should have
gosh.
seen the line at Delta.
Oh my
And at American
gosh.
Airlines and everywhere. There were so many. I was on the phone trying to figure it out because we go through like a business app, you know.
Right.
And she was like, well, they said that they could send you to Colorado, but then you'd have to wait there
Oh
for
my
a day and then head
God.
back to Dallas. I go, just cancel my trip.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something really funny that happened. So I was there for 8 hours. I
Yeah.
got there early. I like to get to the airport, except for if it's the Daytona one. I like to get there about 2.5 hours early.
Yeah, Daytona, you got to be there 5 minutes before it
You
boards.
do. You really do. You just walk on
tiny.
through, right? Yeah. Even if they search you, which I think
know.
they probably looked at me once because I forgot my belt or my watch or
Yeah,
something. They were like,
yeah,
you're good.
yeah.
So you get there and it was a pretty long line. So it took me about 40 minutes to get through security.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of people traveling. There
Right.
were no seats available in any gate. I mean, there
my
was a lot of
gosh.
people traveling on Monday and then a lot of people were canceled. So anyway, so I get there like 2 hours early. So I'm like, oh, fine, I'm going to work. You know, my plane leaves at 3:35.
Yeah.
I already knew it was delayed because they were still saying that Boise, Idaho was delayed. So I was at the same gate. I knew
Okay.
that I was after Boise, Idaho, but that plane hadn't even showed up at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that plane pulls in. Everyone gets out. They had been circling for 2 hours in the air.
Oh my God.
So I was like, all right, I'm just going to kick back, relax here because I probably have 2 hours,
Oh
you know,
my
right?
God, that's terrible. I couldn't
So-
imagine being stuck up there. I would freak out.
You could just see they were all sweaty and glossy, like their
Oh,
faces,
God.
like they just got off like, phew, I can't even imagine. Anyways, so they get off the plane and then they're going to start cleaning the plane. And so you see everybody get in there and they start loading our luggage. Luckily,
Yeah.
I still had mine with because I had just
You
had
only
a
do
carry-on.
carry-on.
Yeah,
That's why I only ever do carry on.
I never check.
I never check.
Unless they make me, but that would be
Yeah.
on the way
Right.
through down
Right.
the tarmac
Right.
or whatever. So anyways, so you see the pilot get out of the plane and he's down on the ground because it was a
Yeah.
smaller plane, you know, 3 rows across.
Uh-huh.
And he's talking to some technician and they're looking at the right engine or wing or whatever.
Oh,
And so
God.
I'm like, well, this don't look good, you know. So then
You're
we
like,
hear
I'm
the
just gonna
announcement.
settle back in.
Yeah. So this was already, 4 o'clock. So we
Yeah.
know we're late.
Yeah.
I had been there for 3 hours. So they announced that something happened to the right engine. Well, you don't want to hear that,
No.
but whatever. So business people around me, because it was a business flight,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
just like, oh, here we go, you know,
Yeah.
and everyone's timing it because we want to get out before the storm.
Right.
So they call a technician over. He walks up to the engine with Windex and a rag.
Shut
I looked at the
up.
guy next to me. I go, that's it. We die today.
He's like, it's just bird poop.
You know what it was?
What
it
was
was
it?
a bird.
It was a bird in there.
So he probably pooped in there.
Dude.
So on the way descending, on the descent, it hit a bird.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so truly needed the Windex.
Could
but
you imagine being a bird flying and just like
You-
you get sucked into an engine?
No, I can't imagine it.
How do you not hear that?
I also
bird?
can't imagine being the person to have to clean that.
Oh my
So then
God.
another technician had to come in and he had some kind of shiny shit that he sprayed in there. So I was like, this is it. Like, this is it. This is not
Oh
going to
my
work out.
God.
I'm looking at my death right now. This is not
Yeah.
going to start or the engine's going to quit.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's fine. So they clean it. And then, of course, he's doing a little extra. He's doing the outside, too.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all looking at our watches like, storm's coming. Let's do this. Let's get this going.
Like
we didn't even care about the bird anymore. Yeah. I didn't see them grab a garbage bag and pull the bird out. I don't know how big the bird was.
It was gone.
Whatever. Yeah.
It was eaten up. It was
I didn't even see any feathers. I don't know what they were cleaning. And you could tell the pilot was kind of like, hey, let's go. He went and checked on them like 3 times throughout the hour of them cleaning this engine.
Yeah.
Totally understand, right? I get
all
it.
the bones out.
I guess. So finally it's time to board. And the storm is about an hour from us. So we're like, okay, we're good. This is fine. I'm making it. I'm getting to Texas, So we get on the plane and a gentleman, I had already had my audible book on, so I wasn't really paying attention. And I thought it was a racist thing. I'm going to say it.
Oh, no.
There was a white woman sitting and a black man was trying to sit next to her. And I thought she would, all I saw was her finger pointing.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I got to Snapchat this shit,
God.
I thought she was telling him, you are not going to sit here.
You're not going to sit next
to
me. So
I was like, oh my God, this is it. I'm going to go viral with this video, But actually, I took off my headphones and a bag that was sitting there was not hers. Right? And then you saw that Snapchat.
Yes.
So she was trying to tell him, it's not my bag. I don't know whose bag it is. It was just here. And so he said, oh, okay, well, let's get somebody, And so they bring the attendant over and she's looking and she's like, well, I can't move it. No one can move it. Whose bag is this? Whose bag is this? They keep announcing, if you have a bag on the seat, please claim your bag. Please. I'm talking, it's 10 minutes. 15 minutes,
oh my
20
God.
minutes. So then the people around me start to kind of panic. It was a business bag.
Yeah.
Like, it was a laptop.
It had a laptop in
it definitely was a
Yeah.
laptop. It was pretty full. Like, I'm sure someone was missing it. So
it was some guy who had been sitting at the airport for 8 hours.
Oh my gosh.
There while he put his carry-on up and forgot about
it. So then a gentleman behind me, a passenger, walks over, takes a picture of the bag, and tells the flight attendant, I'm going to walk up and down and find out if there's, because maybe
they have their AirPods in.
Yeah,
and they're
thinking
not
that this is a racist thing like me. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what is she saying? It was just, if you didn't have sound on, you would be like, check this out. But it was not at all. They were all very cordial. They're just trying to figure out what bag it was. I know, isn't that terrible? That's the first thing you go to.
Because we're on social media.
Yeah, it is. I need to get off of social media. So yeah. So then he's taking his phone and he's showing every single person from like first class on. Is this your bag? Is this your bag? Is this your bag? Is this your bag?
He should have started at the back though and worked his way forward.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It wasn't a very big plane.
Yeah.
Then the person in front of me says, that is not anyone's bag here. Like, he finally took off his headphones and realized what was going on. I'm like, where were you 25 minutes ago, dude? But so he looks at the flight attendant, he goes, that is someone, I saw him put that down and he walked off the plane. And then everybody started panicking.
Oh God.
Everybody started panicking. Women, like this woman with 3 kids, she was like, I'm out. Like she was like, you could hear her taking her seatbelt off. I'm like, I'm out. I am not blowing up today.
Oh my God.
It was like a movie. It was like a movie. So then finally, I'm going to say it was 40 minutes. It felt like longer, but I don't think it was over an hour. Someone from security, she had some kind of little thing. She came over, she kind of looked at it, grabbed it, and took it off the plane.
What the fuck?
It was the craziest Monday ever.
Bag was it?
I don't know. We don't know.
Who left their bag on a plane at O'Hare? On a Delta plane.
So they announced his name, and I forgot to write it down because I was going to yell at him for being that way, for forgetting it. It was Mike something, but I forgot to write it down because I was going to.
Cisnowski. Is that the guy from Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
Wiskowski.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry. I guess I'm in a Disney mood today.
Yeah, you are. I love it. Anyways, super long story, even longer.
Jesus.
So they take it off. They finally, everyone's like, yes,
Yay,
they cheer. The gentleman
now.
gets to sit down, whatever. And we put our seatbelts on. We start to take off. It stops. The plane stops. And the pilot says, folks, you're not going to believe this. And everyone just sighed. He goes, they're making us pull back in because the storms are here. And we're all looking around.
Just punch it.
We're like, do it. And I mean, most of the people, I'm not going to say most. Half of the people you could tell were business. They had suits on.
Yeah.
Half of the people probably lived in Texas and just wanted to get home.
Right.
So he was like, so sorry, folks. Like, we didn't have enough delays here. I mean, it was like
terrible.
8 hours. It was already 9:00. My flight was at 3.
Oh, my
so
God.
He pulled back in. Some people grabbed their stuff from the overhead bin. Some did not because they said we were going to go back on there. I grabbed all my stuff. I don't trust any airline.
Always grab your stuff.
Yeah, I grabbed it all. I'm working. So they had us wait. It was like every 30 minutes they would update that it was delayed, and then they finally canceled us at like, whatever
Just
time it was.
cancel it,
Yep. So everyone then was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. So I was already in bed by the time you said, well, I'm not going to Texas today, right? So the next day I asked you, like, holy shit, what airline were you flying? Was it American Airlines? And you're like, no, it was Delta. And I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I heard some crazy shit about American.
And one of my other friends said that he heard a bunch of crazy shit about Spirit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Spirit and American. So most airlines say that if it's a weather thing that they can't fly out, then they're not going to refund your ticket, right?
Okay.
They're just going to give you like a credit.
A credit. That's what I got.
They're going to try to get you
flight.
on another flight, blah, 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 whatever. So I guess the captains of Spirit and American have very strict schedules. Maybe I don't understand it all. Maybe they're not allowed overtime or something.
Oh, okay.
So they've been grounding these flights and saying, oh, it's a weather issue, when really they don't have a captain because the captain will go into like overtime when they're making this flight, right?
Oh, gosh.
So this person put on a tweet like, hey, American Airlines just delayed us. We were on the tarmac ready to take off, and we pulled back in and unloaded. And the captain came over the intercom and said, it's not about the weather. Don't let them tell you it was.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, oh, they better get their shit together.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Like, the airlines have had a pretty shitty year. Not that they didn't get a fucking bailout, but they've had a pretty shitty year for the last, all 2020. Not very many people are traveling. I definitely took advantage of the $69 flights.
I may have gotten a few places. That was 2020.
So, like, they're already, like, you guys are already struggling. People are going to start fighting these bailouts. Not that we have any say, but I'd like to think we do, But, yeah, so they better get their shit together. Don't fly American. Don't eat at Chili's, and don't fly American.
So I've had very good luck with American.
Yeah.
I've had very good luck with Spirit. And then this was the first time I was going to fly Delta, but you know what? You can't help it. And you remember my Snapchat? The captain was sitting outside with all of us.
Yes.
He was having some dinner. He was reading his book or whatever. Yeah. And I Snapchat you all. I said, if he gets up and walks away, I know it's canceled. And I kid you not, 60 seconds later, he gets up. He quickly goes to the tarmac. He must have went to go grab his stuff on the plane.
Oh my
and they
God.
said, so sorry to tell you folks, but your flight to Texas is canceled. And I was like, fuck all
Son
of you.
of a
I was
bitch.
so pissed.
Dude,
Steve was so pissed because he was like, because they were, I was checking in with the family and I said, hey, coming back home. And he was like, wait, what? Like, what do you mean? What's going on? I said, well, I'm still in Chicago. And he was like, you just sat all day.
Yes.
I was like, well, I was working.
Yeah.
So instead of working in my home office, I was working, people watching. Whatever. I got a couple stories for today to tell you. So there we go. I know.
Did you get any juicy gossip while you were sitting in the airport?
Speaking of Boise, Idaho. Yes, I did. So I was casually working on my computer. Wish I had a camera. And 2 flight attendants walked out and they were chatting, laughing, blah, 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 blah. And both of them were probably, I would say they were a little bit older than me. So in their 40s. Yeah. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one looks up and looks at the flight attendant and she goes, well, holy shit, that's my ex-husband. And I was like, what?
Wait, which one? Wait, where? Which one is your ex-husband? Let me know. Which one is it?
And I looked over because I wanted to see his reaction. And I'm looking, I'm like, who is it? Who is it? Oh, I could pick him out.
Really?
His face was bright red.
Oh my God.
Almost like a holy shit moment, like she said, but she said it verbally. And the awkward silence.
Was he with another woman?
200 people sitting around who slowly put their laptops down. I'm totally observing this. There were a couple young girls that were playing like a video game. It actually looked like Nintendo, honestly.
Yeah.
It was like an old-fashioned game.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they like put their controllers down and looked over. And then like the guy next to me kind of put his phone down and looked at me like side-eyed, like this is going to be good.
Everybody's looking.
Couple ladies across from me put their laptops down like, yes. And so you could just like hear a pin drop, honestly. It was like silence with all these people because it was like, what else are you going to look at, you know?
Oh, it's so funny.
So you could tell he was kind of like, didn't know what to do. She's looking at her friend awkwardly. Now her face is turning red. And so then she just was like, fuck it. And she walked over to him and she was like, what's up, George?
Oh, my God.
And I was really hoping he had a cooler name. Because hers was like Fernanda or something. Like, I don't know. It was like I could see her because I was that close. I was that close to the action, you know? And so he was just traveling.
Are you sure
whatever.
her name wasn't Fergie?
No, it's something. It was like Fergalicious or something. It was like F-A.
Right.
But then I could kind of hear the conversations. They were very cordial. They were just like, where you been? What you done? Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so why would you fly on your ex-wives?
Yeah, with the chance
what I mean?
of seeing her. Yes, exactly. Because he was not working. He had like a flannel on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then she decided to step over to the other flight attendant and lucky me right next to. And so right next to me at the counter, I was like, yes. So
let me hear that gossip. Let me
she
hear
was
all
like,
about
wow.
George.
And the flight attendant, you could tell they didn't know each other. They were just flight attendants together.
Right.
And she goes, wow, that was your ex-husband? She's like, yeah, we've been divorced for a long time. I haven't seen him in a while. I mean, I totally stalk his Facebook page.
Oh my God.
And so I know like who he's dating. And at first I thought it was the woman standing next to him. But I thought the last time that I saw him, it was with a brunette. Well, ha 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 ha. She can have him because he's real shitty in bed.
Oh
like,
my God.
It was like
George. Are you ashamed of yourself or what?
It was awesome.
And you're just like this. Oh, yeah. Hi. Oh, hey. How's it going? Like pretend you're video chatting, but really you're just recording them talking shit.
I just took
about
it all
George.
in. I took it all in so we could talk about it tonight.
You needed some good entertainment while you were sitting there for 8 hours.
Man.
So I have gotten, knock on wood, knocking on my chair.
Yep.
I have missed connecting flights. But I have never had anything like that with like really bad weather or anything.
Mm-hmm. That was my worst day.
It's my biggest fear.
Yeah, that was my worst. It's been close where actually I would say the past 5 years, anytime I have traveled, flying, always delays. I don't think I
have no delays.
We didn't last year. Well, okay, let's say not 2020.
Okay.
Any other time I've business traveled or traveled any other time down to Florida
always have
with my
delays?
friend from New Orleans, hours of
Dang
delays.
it.
Hours.
It's making me nervous now.
2 years ago when I was traveling with the company that you work for, a couple times.
Yeah.
The person, another person that works with us, but in a different division, drove to where we were supposed to go and kept texting me going, you out of Chicago yet? You out of Chicago yet? I should have just drove with him.
Yeah.
Because by the time I got there, he had been there for like 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a joke. It was like a running joke. Like
that's terrible.
And then when I was there, he was like, you want me to just drive you home? I'm like, probably because it's going to take, that long. So
that's like your company that you work for now was trying to fly you out to Indianapolis. And you were like, it's a 4 hour
they gave me the option. Yeah, they were like, do you want to fly? And I know Chicago. So I'm like, I think I'll drive. Yeah, it's fine.
I'll just wing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah. But the nice thing is I had packed 4 outfits. So now I know what I'm wearing all week. It's like, you know how you just plan it? Like I was like, cool. So I hung them up in my closet and I was like, okay, Wednesday,
There's
Thursday,
my
Friday,
outfits.
Saturday. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Positive out of the negative.
That's what you got out of that.
Yeah.
Was your outfits.
That was it.
For the
Yep. Yep. It was terrible. Oh, you know what? Then I'll talk on the gentleman that works with us.
Yeah.
He was able to fly out.
Shit. Yeah. What happened to him?
All right. So he was delayed. It was a very long day as well, but he ended up getting there.
Yeah.
Then I guess he just told us.
Stop it.
It's crazy. He gets there and he has to get a rental car and they get him all set up because it's already in there. It's reserved.
Yeah.
It's already in there.
Okay.
They hand him keys. They're like, okay, it's in spot, blah, 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 whatever number it was. He walks out to the spot. There's no car.
Oh my God.
There's no car there. So he said that he walked back in. He goes, excuse me, what car do these belong to? Because there is no spot that you told me. And he was like, oh. And then I don't know the conversation after that. He was kind of just telling us today.
Yeah.
So then they get him a bigger car, quote unquote, an upgrade. So he gets to the hotel. It was like 11:30 on Monday. Sends us a message that he's safe and that he probably won't be starting too early on Tuesday morning. Totally get it.
Yeah.
So Tuesday, I reach out and say, "How's it going? Hope today's better." And it was like 9:30, and he said, "Well, made it to the first store that I was supposed to look at, and the car won't start."
Oh my God!
I'm like, "You have got to be kidding me!
What the hell?"
So he had to call the company. The rental car company, and tell them it starts but it won't drive, and then I guess it quit or it just stopped working. So he had to wait for a tow truck.
Oh my God.
Then wait for an Uber to get back to the airport, which he said was about 45 minutes. But every time he tried to get to the airport, or the time he tried to get to the airport, there was an accident. So it took about an hour.
Oh my God.
Then he's waiting at the rental car company on Tuesday, and they're trying to get him a car. They give him, quote unquote, another upgrade, but it's another hour waiting, and then another hour waiting for the car. Then to get back to like in Texas where I told him, I said, "You know what? Forget about today.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today was a wash.
Yeah.
Forget about it."
Yeah.
So luckily he had some family in town there. He got lucky and was able to spend time with them. And he said it just is what it is. So
you know what? Can I just say, and a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but can we just go back into lockdown? I'm so done. Like 2020 was awful. 2021 is not proving to be much better.
I would like to go half lockdown.
Yeah.
Let's not. I don't know.
I agree with
that. But then everyone was really mad about Lollapalooza that just happened. There was just thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
Then we got Sturgis is going on right now too.
Yeah. Where's that? Down in Florida, right?
No, that's in one of the Dakotas. South Dakota? I think South Dakota.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought there was a bike. Oh, Bike Week was when you and Mom went down.
Yeah.
Right.
That's Daytona Bike Week.
That's right. Okay.
We did not go to that. Yes, we did.
You totally wore a mask the whole time too. No, you didn't.
For sure. I social distance.
You only took it down to
people.
Snapchat. You only took your mask down to Snapchat. I get it.
I totally 6 foot distance from all 30,000 people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Lollapalooza was the same. They had like little spots that said keep your distance, and everyone like kept their distance. They
just
didn't.
Everybody wore hula hoops.
Yeah,
keep people away from.
And I understand people are angry about it. It's like, nope, I'm gonna live my life, or stop telling me what to do. I'm not gonna wear a mask. I am gonna wear a mask. So we went a few months without wearing a mask. Quite a few of us got vaccinated.
Yeah.
With your choice. I'm not saying it's good, bad. I don't give a shit what you decide.
Right.
But it seems like we kind of were able to be free. We have all these people, and now we got numbers going up.
Yeah.
So I'm not a scientist here, but
me neither.
Let's just keep washing our hands and keep being safe. And if you're comfortable, wear your mask, even if it's not mandated. And I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, people will probably hate me for saying that too, but let's just be safe.
I know.
We want you all around. You know what I mean?
Thinking of
I'll just do whatever they're telling me just because I want to be around for friends and family, and
it's so crazy. So me and you have definitely been on the fence about everything. We don't know what the fuck to believe anymore.
Yep.
I mean, we want to trust the science, but then it's like we see so much shit against it,
right,
and then you're like, you don't know what to do,
Yeah. That's why I'm not like, whatever you decide is fine. I don't care. I see these people fighting on social media back and forth.
I'm not
going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to do what I think is right.
Right.
And that's it. I'm not going to judge you for what you do or don't do, and that's it.
Yes.
Because I had we like you said, we were making decisions too, like based on what the news was telling us, what
our own
CDC was telling us,
it was our own research, which everybody tells everybody to fucking do their research. Yeah. We did our own research.
Basically, I just did it on instinct. It was like, what feels right? This person's coughing, I'm gonna put a mask on. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. It's whatever, Oh, you sneezed, bless you. I'm out of here. I'm going to the next restaurant. I don't know.
So this is how much I'm on the fence about it, right? Okay, so like Australia has had, compared to the U.S., which it's way less population in Australia than the U.S., but they've had like an eighth of our cases, and they're going into like their 6th lockdown.
Oh, wow.
And somebody had mentioned on Facebook, like, isn't the I can't think of any words.
I know, I'm like that too.
That's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And it's like Australia had one case and they went into their 6th lockdown. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, wow.
But as a commuter who is also essential, I would love for like at least half the population to go back working at home.
Yeah.
Because the traffic's getting ridiculous. I've seen so many accidents. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
They were talking about like deaths on the tollway are up 70% from 2 years ago because of people speeding, because they got used to doing 90 always.
Yeah.
And
last year when it was so quiet on the highways.
There was nobody out on the roads last year. Now everybody's starting to commute to work again. There's 70% more people on the road from last year.
Yeah.
And people are getting like hit, all this accidents left and right. It's crazy. So yes, 50% lockdown. If you want to work from home, work from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't, then, open the office, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I noticed that a lot of people are more aggressive as well. So I was seeing on socials, I think I've mentioned socials a lot today. Sorry about that.
We all have.
Yeah,
it's our lives.
It is our lives. I don't want people to be on social, though, even though I want them to listen to our podcast and see our posts. But, I want you to get out there and, do a hike or something.
Talk to your neighbors
Talk to your neighbors.
Instead of watching the news.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably the best advice I can give anybody.
Yeah. Go talk to our neighbors. What are you doing? Okay, I'll do the same thing then. That's fine. We'll make it a block party. Anyways, you go down, we all go down.
You bring the community together. We all go down together.
I did notice that. So on social media, people are very aggressive, right?
Yes.
The things that they say. Or remember I screenshotted that post about like entitlement of, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Like people are just very like
very
high maintenance and very entitled, and they're angry.
Entitled people breeding
for
entitled
the first
kids.
time. Now I could have just been totally blind to this, but on Monday at the airport for the first time, I saw the aggression that people are very like I think I got ran. Now I'm a fast walker. I'm almost 5'8", and a runner and a fast walker.
Yeah,
I got ran
never
over.
Keep up with you.
I got ran over by other people like 4 or 5 times.
What the hell?
And I'm not slow. Like I'm not one that's keeping up. That's like slowing anyone down.
Around.
Yeah, I knew where I was
3
going.
hours early.
Yeah, true. But I wasn't like I wasn't looking around. I was like, okay, I like to get to my gate. Feel it out and then go maybe get a drink or something. You know what I mean? Or then go to work. So I got ran over like 4 or 5 times. Then every time they called for a delay, a group of people would walk up. Like, what are you going to do?
Right.
What are you?
Right.
What is that one person that's standing there announcing it, and all he's doing is announcing it from what he's hearing. Yeah. Like, don't kill the messenger.
He's going to walk away as soon as he's done announcing it.
Oh yeah, he should. He should do what the do what the captain did, what the pilot did.
Yes.
He should like announce it and then go behind the door.
See you, bye.
Yeah.
See you, bye. Okay, and all of you are lining up over here. I'm out of here, bye.
So I would just like to say, let's calm it down a little bit. Take your blood pressure medicine.
Yes.
Don't drink so much caffeine if you're going to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Let's be nice to people. We are all in the same situation.
Can I say one thing that
no one's in a different situation.
I know. Everybody is. That's okay. So that reminds me of driving, obviously.
Yes.
I have to talk about driving
Absolutely.
at least 5 times every
Absolutely.
episode. So this guy is up my ass. There's clearly a line of traffic in front of me. It's 2 lanes. And the car next to me gets probably 1 car length ahead. So this guy that was up my ass just proceeds to be up their ass. And I'm like, where are you going, buddy?
Yeah.
We're all going to get there.
Yep. Yep.
What is the rush,
Yep.
And we're all in a hurry to get where we're fucking going, And I just always leave with plenty of time. Yes, sometimes you wake up late, sometimes whatever, but you'll get there when you get there. Wouldn't you rather get there in one piece than have an accident and make yourself another 45 minutes late? You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like, just everybody calm down.
That
We're all
reminds
getting
me,
there.
man, what a Monday I had. That reminds me. So the same person that was making the announcements, when they first initially let us get on the plane, he was calling group 1, and a couple people came up. Maybe they didn't understand what 1 meant, but they started to scan. He goes, whoa, you're group 4. Don't worry. We won't leave without you. Don't worry. We won't leave without you. He's like, ladies and gentlemen, group 1 only. Like, he was getting pissed at these people.
I hate when people do that.
If you are 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, please wait. Military and group 1 first. You know, it was like, really?
It's
we're like
so
kindergarten.
annoying. I know.
Like, stop
I know.
it.
And
why are you entitled to go first? Don't worry about it. The plane's going to leave. He said it was a full plane. No one's leaving without you.
Yes.
And me personally, I don't like to sit there and have people's armpits hanging. Like, I wait.
I'll wait.
Yeah. I was group 3
and then wait.
Yeah, like I was group 3, but I was kind of like, no, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I'm fine. I'm good because I don't want to stand on the plane.
Although I hate trying to like get through my big butt and my carry-on, and I'm like hitting people's elbows and like.
I think that's better. Not the big butt part. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's better to like be able to just walk right past them instead of standing there and they're looking up at you.
Oh, it's so awkward.
As you're standing there in the aisle. You know,
like
I would.
Hey, you do the good Midwestern grin where you just.
Yeah, except for you're wearing a mask, so you got to raise your eyebrows or nod. Now it's all about the nods, like like the chin nod.
So
you got to do the chin nod. Yeah, because you can't smile.
Oh, it's so funny.
If people stare at me long enough, I say hello. I'm like, good evening. Like, I just make that, and then they look away. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, you were fucking weirdo.
Yeah, stop staring. Man, oh man.
People are fucking weird.
All right, I don't know where this is going, but I have a quiz for you.
No, another one? Okay, well, I know it's not going to tell me what Golden Girl I am, because I already know that.
It says it's 9 questions.
Okay.
So let's just see. I'm gonna see where this goes. If it doesn't go anywhere,
questions.
I'm gonna delete it.
Okay.
What should you do if a customer walks into a shop? Ignore them. They're just regular people like you.
Exactly.
Number 2, greet them and ask if you can help them the polite way. 3, kick them out. You don't want them there to shop.
Oh my God.
4, leave them to do their business, but smile and greet them.
Either 1 or 3 or 4.
Which one would you like?
Anything but 2.
Anything but 2. So number 1 is ignore them. They're just regular people like you. You want me to click that?
Yeah.
Let's do everything wrong today. We're doing it. So we're going to ignore
We're doing it wrong.
So submit my answer. Incorrect. What should you do if a customer walks in? You greet them and ask them if you can help them the polite way.
That's their opinion.
All right. This is all wrong answers tonight. All right.
Okay.
If a customer asks you where a tin of beans is,
this is definitely from the UK.
Definitely. How should you respond? Number 1, tell them where the beans are. Number 2, draw a map that is completely understandable. Number 3, show, and this is in caps, the customer where they are, and if required, help them carry those items.
Definitely not that one.
4, just say, leave me alone, I'm off duty, and shout at them to go away.
Definitely 4.
All right, we're going with 4. Incorrect, it says.
Shit.
It says that you show, in capital, the customer where they are, and if required, help them carry the items.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, nope. Whatever. All right. How should you treat the other employees around you?
Oh, this is great.
Number 1, ignore them and don't bother to become their friends.
Yes.
Number 2, treat them with respect and kindness.
Never.
Definitely not. 3, share real nasty looks at them and envy them.
For sure. I envy
and number
everybody.
4, become friends and keep in touch.
Ew, no.
So I'm going to share nasty looks with all of them and become envy of them.
I do have resting bitch face when I want to.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to treat them with nasty looks. Oh. Incorrect.
Whatever.
Treat them with respect and kindness. Okay, here
Not
we
supposed
go.
to be friends with them?
Here we go. Number 4. While serving customers at the checkout, should you help them? If yes, how do you help them? Number 1. By telling them the price of everything and ignoring their comments.
For sure.
Number 2, helping them pack their bags and prompting them to do certain actions like enter your PIN. Do you have coupons? Okay.
Never.
Number 3, talking to them in a polite and friendly manner and taking ages to complete the sale.
Yes. That's the one that wants to tell you their life story.
And then number 4, not in any way at all. They didn't ask for help.
Yep.
Okay.
Number
4. All right, let's see.
For sure.
Incorrect.
Well, I'm not going to tell them my life story.
Help them pick their bags and prompt them to do certain actions.
Okay, they keep saying incorrect, but every single one of these I have dealt with, so I think they're incorrect.
Well, this is another country.
Oh,
so
okay.
maybe those that listen in the UK will tell us
Okay,
differently.
Okay.
How should you spend your lunch hour? Let's find out.
Eating
the wrong
my salad.
way. And then going to Taco Bell? I remember you mentioned that last episode. A couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so how should you spend your lunch hour? By working overtime to earn extra money?
Absolutely not.
By going out to lunch with your fellow employees or family and friends?
$5 margs.
That's awesome. By shopping in the store you work at?
Probably that also.
If available, go to the cafe at your shop to eat lunch. And it looks like this is like
No.
multiple questions.
Because then people are going to stop and talk to me, and it's annoying.
So how should you spend your lunch hour? Let's
Definitely Margarita Monday.
Margarita
$5
Monday.
margs.
Let's go to lunch. Let's
Going
see
out
what
to
it
lunch.
says. Incorrect. You could do all 4 of those.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Okay. Few more. That's it.
Okay.
Should you ever buddy clock? In other words, buddy clock. I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that either.
Clocking in another employee when they aren't at work.
Always.
Okay, so
If you call
number
me and say
one-
I'm 5 minutes away, clock me in so I don't get written up, I'm going to be like, for sure, bro.
Gotcha. Already doing it because noticed you weren't here.
I
So
already
let's see
did.
what they say. Yeah. You're in, bro. Hurry up. Okay. All right. Let's see what we shouldn't do. Yes, they are your friend, so you clock them in early, or
Yes.
when they don't show up, you clock them in.
Well,
No, there is a fire. They know that employees are not coming to work.
okay. Yeah, that's a good excuse.
All right, we're going to say no. Oh, wait. No. Wait, we're going to say
we're
yes.
Gonna say yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
that's incorrect.
No, it's not. You should always have your bros back.
So it says, should you clock them in? It says, no, if there's a fire, they know that employee is not at work. Oh, I get it.
Oh,
I read that wrong. That's right. We were
okay.
still correct, though, in our
Okay.
incorrectness.
Yeah.
If you are ill, should you go to work?
Of course. Cough on everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Coronavirus.
Oh, look at this. Yes, you earn a living at work and don't care if you're ill or pass on the illness. Or no, you are very unwell and you don't want to pass on the
I
illness.
say yes.
Yeah, we're showing
Because
up.
we live in the United States and we don't get sick days.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And I just want to let you know that our score right now is 0 out of 100. Incorrect. It says, if you're unwell, don't pass it on to others. Except for that your boss will call and be like, where you at?
Yeah. And
All
then
right.
you get harassed the next day. Like, why weren't you here yesterday? You just pretending you were sick? Were you hungover?
2 more. Should you ever run a no-sale transaction and take money out of the drawer when you have not registered into that checkout?
How do you think I've made it this long?
Really?
On minimum
how do you get
wage.
bonuses in retail? So basically, it says, no, you could mess up the daily sales and the actual totals will be
that's
different.
why. Yeah, that's the only reason why.
Or, yeah, it doesn't matter if the sales are messed up. The manager never looks at the totals anyway.
Exactly.
So,
Ain't nobody do their job around here, so who cares?
sorry, cash office, we're screwing you up. So that was incorrect.
Oh, well,
All right, so
whatever.
don't do that. All right, last one, I believe. Yeah, last one. Should you always follow the company's employee terms and conditions? It says, yes, you should follow the
depends on what
company's
they are.
rules to keep your job secure. Or, no, sometimes you have to do your things your own way.
Definitely need to do your
Yeah.
You know, okay, you know what? And I'm actually going to back that one up because if I followed all the policies, we wouldn't have any customers left according
That's
to the customers.
true.
Because they'd be like, if you're not going to give me this, I'm never coming back here again. Here's your $5, bitch. See
Yeah,
you tomorrow.
that's very true. That's very true. So I'd like to say that we got 0 out of 100. So we're going to view my results to see that we did not achieve anything. Certificate of non-achievement. Please try again. Achievement.
They were like, clearly you've never worked retail. And we're like, yes, bitch, we have. This is
know.
exactly how it works, okay? You live in your little la-la corporate land. We're telling you what really goes down. Remember
so-
the one guy? Remember the one guy who they found out he was going to Chili's on lunch and drinking margaritas and then
yeah.
going back to work? Remember
Oh, yeah.
that?
I remember
my
that. He was always happy
God.
in the afternoons, and then he wanted to take a nap.
Oh, my God. Chili's came in and told us, hey, you know that guy that works over there is coming in on his lunch break and drinking margaritas?
God, that's crazy.
Chili's, you freaking narc.
pay your people and you narc on those that are going back to work.
He didn't even chop off a finger or anything. Maybe if he chopped off a finger, then you could have said something.
Oh, gosh. Well, I think I'm ready for a margarita, so let's end this episode.
Yeah.
That was fun. So
it's always fun. I always have fun when I come over here and do this with you. I hope you guys have fun listening to us.
As soon as my flight got delayed and then it got canceled, I'm like, yes, we're going to have a podcast
we get to record.
night.
We get to record this week. Yes.
Well, thanks everybody for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Have a great week. See you next Friday.
Share our shit.
Share it. Buy us a coffee. Hey,
Yay.
Did anybody buy us a coffee?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have
Keep buying us those coffees.
We have Venmo too, the Clopen Effect. Thank you so much for your support.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Nametag Productions, LLC. Entire podcast, unless otherwise stated, written by the hosts. Drums, written and performed by my son, Steven. The Clopen Effect, a retail podcast. If we have to be all in this together, we might as well make it fun.